I confirm, starting next month, millions of UK residents could face the terrifying reality of deportation under shocking new government laws. Even long-term residents, who have lived in Britain for decades, paid taxes, raised families, and built their entire lives here, are suddenly being told they may no longer belong. The new deportation rules, pushed forward under Starmer's government, will give authorities wider powers to review immigration status, property ownership, and even financial records. That means someone who has called the UK home for 20, 30, or even 40 years could receive a notice demanding they leave, with just weeks to pack up and go. What's worse, campaigners warn that families could be torn apart, with children born in Britain facing separation from their parents. Critics say this is the most aggressive crackdown in recent years, one that unfairly targets the innocent, while doing little to address the real problems the UK faces. Residents are now living in fear, with some too scared to even open letters from the Home Office. Community groups are calling this a betrayal of trust, a policy that punishes loyalty and leaves millions wondering, after decades of calling Britain home, could they be next?
Hello good people, and welcome back to Polytalk channel, a place of real discussions, real stories and real truths. So today we are going to dive into a topic that has been shaking the internet for years and people are silent about it. So in this channel, we simply amplify voices which have been left out of the national discussions. Have you ever sat and asked yourself, you are living in a place for 10 years, for 20 years, but yet one day you decide like, this is not home, I need to leave. So people, in this channel, if you want to know more about what has been going on and what is really discussed online, you are in the right place. So relax, sit, and let's unpack what we have for us today.
Right. I genuinely hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if no one is saying it, then I might as well take the bullet for it. So the Prime Minister of UK yesterday, Keir Starmer, announced major immigration laws. So going to the UK is now harder than ever, especially for us Africans. Some of the notable changes include high skill requirements. So for you to go to the UK, regardless of what you're doing, you now need to have at least a bachelor's degree. Secondly, there is now high wages for foreign workers. This is in a bid to stabilize and bring fair conditions to the UK labor force, because employers from the UK were hiring foreigners and putting them on minimum wage, and this wasn't fair to the UK market. So now they are tightening the immigration laws so that they discourage employers from hiring Africans. The care work thing has now been completely scraped off, so we can forget about that. And for my nursing folks who wanted to go to the UK and but are already here in Poland and have graduated, you might need to rethink your strategy and start looking elsewhere, because in short what they are saying is, F you, we don't like you here anymore. So if you're planning to go to the UK, then you definitely need to rethink your strategy and look elsewhere, because it's just not looking good.
So yesterday, one of us here, formerly a student, now working here because she has switched to skilled worker visa and she's currently working in the UK, told me about a lady that was formerly a student here on her master's that couldn't continue because she couldn't balance her tuition fee. She paid the initial deposit while in Bongo before coming over, and to balance the tuition fee now became a problem. So as we speak, she's back in Bongo, and the story she has been circulating back in Bongo is that she was not able to pay up her tuition fee here in the UK because she couldn't find a job and no support system back home. And both of us, that's me and the lady narrating the story, burst into laughter. Can you imagine it? That you have been able to pay part of your tuition fee and you entered here and you say for one reason or the other, you are being selective on the type of job you will do to be able to sustain what brought you here. When you know that what is in front is bigger and better, why not pay the sacrifice? If they sleep back in Bongo, they live one kind of lifestyle that is like larger than life, and you come in here, UK go humble you. It is a process. Ask people that have undergone the same process you are about following. I keep saying it. The same process you are about embarking on. Ask people how una take run am, that people are comfortably living and working here in the UK or any other country abroad. Ask questions. There are always Nigerian communities, whether students, whether one religion or the other. You always find African community that have people that have passed the same pathway that you want to follow. They say, who ask question, no dey miss road. How did my wife and the lady I interviewed the other day pay up their tuition fee between 15 or 17,000 pounds to 19,000 pounds? It happened here live in the UK. They were able to work and pay up this tuition fee. Why will you be selective of the kind of job you will do in the UK when you know over 80% of us that came into the UK, you must do one menial job or the other, whether cleaning or even care, factory work. You do it before you now find your level. This is the fact and reality on ground. One of us from this page now is in Scotland, Bright by name. When he got the admission and all that, he called me, reached out to me. Baba, how far? I hope everywhere go soft too. I hope job and everything. I said, they come. They come. As long as you are not being selective, at least I'm on ground in the UK, you must finish off better. You must pay up your tuition fee. You know that as you want be. I will play the remaining part of the video about the lady I interviewed, how she was able to pay up the remaining of her tuition fee while as a student in the University of Sussex. Today, she has finished. She's working. And now people back home will feel like, oh, so for her day UK, even as a student, I can't find job. Instead of telling them that she was selective on the kind of job, and now you are reaching out to your friend in the UK that was able to continue, persevere, and pay up her tuition fee. Reality has dawned on her that she made a mistake. How will she come back again? Now we say everywhere tight. To see visa sponsor job, even with your money, they like say you dey find water for a desert. Student route now, unlike when she came, has now become tougher and more difficult because of the financial implication. If you're a student in any country, especially in the UK, you come across this video, pay attention. Share this video to people, especially students landing in that country or that are still in that country or contemplating on going back home. Home no good. Have a rethink. Ask questions on how people were able to finish off. My father said, now people's stories would they learn from. See you around, guys.
Today, 20th of November 2025, the Home Secretary, the UK Home Secretary, just announced about an hour ago that the changes to settlement in the UK for immigrants will now be 10 years. It's been changed from 5 years to 10 years. Especially if you're an immigrant who came to the UK from the year 2021. These are the category of people that will be affected. If you came to the UK 2021 till date, then once this announcement has been passed into law, which probably will be next year, 2026, once it has been passed into law, if you came to the UK from the year 2021 and you haven't gotten your stay, when this announcement will be put into law, then you can only get your ILR after being in the UK for 10 years. So this is not the best of news. Someone who has been in the country since 2021. So if you have been in the country since 2021, next year would be your 5 years. If you have been in this country since 2021, what you need to do now is to rush and go and write your life in the UK test. Rush now and go and write your life in the UK test and hold it. So next year, once your stay completes 5 years by next year, you apply immediately before they pass this into law. So this is not the best of news, but what can we do? We can only hope for the best. Good luck, everybody.
So guys, we have seen what people have been expressing themselves on the clips seen early. So what does this mean? People leaving the United Kingdom to other countries. Let's break down these issues so we can go really into depth of what has been causing all these, the exodus. Over the past few years, more Black Britons have been leaving the United Kingdom to go to other countries like the Canada, the Caribbean, and parts of Europe. This trend has been so random. It's not something that started yesterday. It has been happening, but it has been driven with social, economic, and emotional issues. The decision to actually move from the United Kingdom to other parts of the world is not like people are giving up. It's just to look for a good quality of life and dignity. And also, there is that feeling of never belonging. Let's take a good example. There's this rule, or there's this thing that has been coming up, that people are supposed to be deported. Of course, many countries around the world have their policies, and those policies keep on changing. So we cannot, we have to accept what changes these people make. But as much as they make those laws, they really impact the lives of many people. So when somebody chooses to leave because of a certain law that has been put in place, is that they feel this law is not favoring them. So they have to move to another place that really suits them. So many Black Britons feel like permanent outsiders, no matter how long they have lived in the United Kingdom. The rise of nationalistic language and the immigration rhetoric makes many people feel unwelcome. The belonging should be neutral and not something that you don't have to fight for a sense of belonging to a certain nation. So we see that people have been feeling like they are not part of the United Kingdom. They feel like they have to move out. Another issue that has been widely spoken about, but few people have come out, to express themselves, is the issue of the rising racism and hostility. Hate crimes have increased. Every day there is racism at their workplaces, in the education sector, and also this has, it has emotionally drained those Black folks. So some Black families say that UK is becoming more hostile as compared to 10 years back or 15 years ago. So when this racism keeps on increasing or going high, you feel like you need to leave the place, not because you hate the country, but you're looking for a better place where you feel recognized. And also this issue of economic pressures. The cost of living is really going high. Today you paid your salary, but it doesn't match with the kind of lifestyle it doesn't match with the kind of lifestyle that you are supposed to lead. The pay is less than what you are earning, like where you are living. So many people feel like UK is offering fewer opportunities as compared to other countries. So some live to countries where entrepreneurship, land ownership, and investment are easier. There's also another issue of career opportunities, like career barriers and lack of advancement. The underrepresentation in top leadership has remained persistent. Let's take an example where you are working in a place, but there is nothing like being promoted. So people feel like their skills, their values are not rewarded. They feel they have to go to different countries where they can be recognized. So that's why we are seeing so many people are leaving the United Kingdom to go and look for better opportunities where they are appreciated, and at the end of the day, even their salary is increased. Then there is mental health. Mental health is another topic which I feel it should be discussed. When you are in a place and you are not comfortable with that place, it means even mentally you become drained. You don't think properly, you don't make the right decisions. So you get so many people in the United Kingdom move for mental peace, not only for themselves but for the sake also of their children. So relocating offers them a chance to live without feeling scrutinized or stereotyped. Then let's take this. Another thing that I feel is making people move out of the United Kingdom. You have children, but then as a parent, you become so much concerned of the children's future. If you live in a place and you feel like the future of your children is compromised, then it means you have to look for greener pastures for them. So many Black parents worry about school exclusions and disciplinary actions being taken there. There is this concern about police profiling of Black boys and young men. Now people are moving out to countries where they feel their children are going to be appreciated and racial pressure is going to go down. You don't want to take your child to a school where they are discriminated. They don't get the right education, or they don't get the right, even the teachers, they don't give them the right love they want. So these parents choose to move out to other places where education systems and abroad sometimes feel more supportive and inclusive. Then there is this thing of a better quality of life. The desire is simple. You live freely, you live with dignity. So others move to countries with stronger social policies and healthcare access or safer neighborhoods. You have to live in a place where you feel secure, where your well-being is, you feel that your well-being is okay. So that's why these people are constantly moving out. Then there is something like reconnection with cultural roots. You've been living in the United Kingdom, but home, they say east or west, home is best. So at the end of the day, you have to return to make, to connect with your people. United Kingdom has been a home for many people. They have been living there for 20 years, 10 years, but they'll have to go back to their home, not because they have hated the country, but because they want to go and reconnect with their roots. That's why you get so many people, they come visit and they go back, but at the end of the day they decide, no, enough is enough, we are going to go back to our country. So that's why people are leaving the United Kingdom. So again, many feel that UK's political climate is shifting directions which don't favor diversity and social equality. People are choosing countries where they feel their contributions are valued. Living doesn't mean they hate the UK. It means they want something better for themselves. So as we come to a conclusion, let's put in mind people are moving out of the UK not because they hate the country, but because the UK, they are looking for opportunities, respect, peace, and a sense of belonging. It's not about abandoning Britain. It's about seeking a life where there's identity. It's where you feel like you are not burdening anyone. So the question of today is, where are people living in the United Kingdom? And on this channel, on Polytalk, feel free to comment so that we can at least enable people to understand the reasons why this is happening. So guys, thank you for being with me and welcome again to my next discussion.